Hey y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and on this channel we go thrifting, we go to estate sales. I do mainly hauls from those because I'm not very good at filming. Well, I have filmed those, but if I'm filming, I just kind of miss a lot of things. I do take you sometimes with me. I go to antique stores, and so then I come home and I show you all my cool finds. I show you how you can thrift things, and then I show you how I put them together. I don't show you how I put them together on every video, but I do home tours showing you all the finds. So today I went to an estate sale in Nashville. I've been planning ever since they posted it to go to this sale. I knew that this was a sale that I needed somebody to go with me, but Greg had to work, and I did kind of reach out, to see if anybody wanted to go with me, and nobody wanted to go. I don't have any friends really that enjoy this type of thing. Of course, my kids weren't going with me, but so that was kind of a start to the downfall right there. Some estate sales are perfectly fine to go by yourself. Some sales, you just know you're going to need help. And so this was a sale that you needed help on. I left my house at 5:57. The sale started at 9. It took me over an hour to get there. I got there at like 7:11. I was third in line, guys. I was so excited because I only went after this one group of things. And I knew I was going to get it. And I was studying the house, on the pictures and the house. And I just could not figure out the house. Like, it was really odd. And the two people, or I guess maybe not, there's a few people walked around to the back where they were setting up some stuff in the back to kind of look and see, and maybe in hindsight I should have done that because I would have seen probably where I needed to be. So I was third in line. They were limiting the amount of people that could go in. I go in the house. It's like I said, it's a small house. It's laid out weird. And so I knew that I was looking for a brick floor, and I couldn't find it. And I went, one way. So there was the living room, like I guess the dining room, the kitchen, and then a separate hallway housed like the bathrooms and the 2 bedrooms. The 2 bedroom, one was carpet and one was wood. And, I would just kind of honestly look at the floor and think that wasn't the room that I needed to go in. But then I was like, I knew it had to be a back porch. And I finally figured out, so the 1 bedroom over in the corner, where if you just looked at the floor, you wouldn't have seen this door. There was an added on addition where that door took you to a step down back patio. So guys, this is what I went after. And yes, my plan was to buy every single one of them. I like to have instant collections because I'm spoiled and I'm a little bit selfish. I definitely wanted that really large one. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but and since I am directionally challenged and could not find this room, a young girl found it before me, and she got every one of them. Maybe except for 3, because I did see the guy in front of me. I think he got like 3 because I checked out behind him. But she bought them all, and not being a reseller, being a collector, and having to get things at estate sale prices or thrift prices for the most part, I was just crushed. I was brokenhearted to the point, y'all, that like I cried a little bit, like literally had tears falling down my face. And I had to go to another area and just sort of pull myself together, because how ignorant is that I cried over some flower frogs. I think it was just the Nashville traffic is a beast, and what all I went through to get there. I stood in line for an hour and 50 minutes, thinking I was going to get this because I was third in line. So it was heartbreaking. But then I did try to pull myself together and realize that the house was full of amazing things. And it was like a couple of estate sales I've been to. There wasn't room to move. It was opening day. I was probably the only collector there, to be honest. And so I was very overwhelmed. Like I said, I didn't have help. And there was so much stuff. And look, I was really only going after the flower frogs. And I took this little video bag. I got this little video bag from Little Cahaba Junkin. I don't think she sells them anymore, but she does sell these t-shirts. So you can go to her channel and click on a link to her Etsy shop and get you a t-shirt. But anyway, I did find a lot of things. I actually checked out 4 times because you had to check out one area in the house, and then if you went down to the basement, you had to check out on there. So here's what I'm going to do. I know I'm talking. If you're new to this channel, I do talk a lot. So but I usually tell stories with things. I'm going to show you, I'm just going to show everything. I may have to just cut this video in half and upload it in 2 different phases because me and YouTube don't get along when I have long videos. Some of you like long videos and some of you do not. So we'll just see. So if I have a break and different intros when they upload, you guys will know why. Let's just start with what's right here. You know how long now have I been going to redo my laundry room? But I'm still collecting things. So I did get this old washboard. Now, being that it was opening day, there were no discounts. And I don't know all the prices on everything. Not everything was priced. And there was this one man that would give you prices. And he would just write things down on a piece of paper. And you took that paper up. So if I can tell you how much things were, I will tell you. But I paid $15 for this. It is extremely nasty. And y'all, let me just tell you. I ended up being at this sale for a total of line wait 6 hours. But I found, y'all, this was in the basement, in the corner, on a shelf with like 3 or 4 bowls and a pitcher stacked on it. But this is what I saw. Do you see the crack and all that crazing? Look at that. I thought that it was Flow Blue, but there's not a stamp. And I couldn't see in the basement. It was, I mean, they had light, but it was really dark. But I think the guy gave me this for like $1 or $2. So I'm probably going to style it like this. I know the lighting's bad, guys. There's glares and all this natural lights because I don't want to show you my wall yet. I'm going to debut it. I got a couple more pictures to add. But I'm probably going to style it like this just so you can see all that beautifulness. There was a box and a tote full of antique photographs. Plus, there were antique photographs throughout the house. Some in frames, some in other boxes. And there were no prices on any of it. I did, honestly, it was so hot, and there were so many people. I asked the guy about the box and the tote. I said, what would just one price be for this? And it took him a long time to come up with it. And he told me $250. Honestly, that would have been a better deal if I had done that. I didn't do it because I thought Greg would kill me if I spent $250 on antique photographs. I said that. I did buy a few. Now, I bought this, and it's the United States of America Federal Communications Commission restricted radio telephone operator permit. So, Mr. John Watkins Gillespie received this permit to operate a radio telephone in 1946. I thought this was cool because you guys know that I love old ephemera. And then somebody had it framed in 1974. That was just a few months before I was born. So I grabbed that. I think the guy charged me $5. This was this was one of those items that wasn't priced. My antique photos were $3 a piece. So I got this little girl. This is probably my favorite one that I got, and it is of a Civil War soldier. When I dug it out of the pile, I was very honest with the guy. I showed him what I had, and I said, well, listen, I don't want to rip you off because I might be back, but I just want to let you know that this is a soldier, and he was very appreciative of me being honest with him. I'm trying to get this where you can see a little bit better. And so this one was $10, and I agreed to pay that. Some of you may think I'm crazy, but I just find that when you're honest and you know, shoot straight with people, it usually comes back to you. You know, I try not to be shady at all. I got this portrait of this baby and little girl. I loved this one. Like we would call a mommy and me portrait. This one, there's a little girl in the corner, and this lady is holding up some type of degree or something. So I thought that was unique. I got this. I did get this 10 negative. I got this very distinguished lady. Is that not some Titanic looking hat and clothes? I got these three who I want to think possibly are sisters. There's nothing on the back. I loved this picture. I loved his little clothes. And it says Little John, 3 years old. Now, I thought this was unique. This husband and wife. And I don't know that that one is, you know, how old that is. I can't really tell. It's old, but I got this. This just reminded me, like, from the 1800s. Just straight out of Civil War. I got this soldier. This portrait was made in Nashville, Tennessee. I got another couple. And then I got this lady. This looks very much to be around that same era. I love that time of era, that era. I got this. I thought this was so unique. This is like a general store, and it's either of like the owners or two ladies that worked there. I don't know if women could own stuff back then, but that was unique. And then I got this framed one, particularly because I needed it for my wall to kind of balance out something. And it is for women, and I don't know if it's like a 4-generation thing. I'm not sure. And this was $10. I know that glare is awful. I got this mainly because I just thought the frame was really cool. The picture is great too. It is so nasty. It's falling apart. I gotta get something to keep it together. But this was $10. Y'all know I bought it because of that bow. Y'all know. Who am I trying to fool? I got this, and I honestly kind of think this is probably around my husband's age. I have seen these in antique shops before and wanted to get one, but I think this was possibly $5. I got this amazing frame. So it's about, what, a 10 by 14, maybe 11 by 14. Y'all know I'm awful with dimensions. Now with my bows, I did get this. I actually kind of think I know right where I'm going to put that. Along the same lines, I know y'all see this, but I want to do that last. Not last, but I got this. Now, I don't know if she tried to make this or if she bought this made, but it was like a shadow box that somebody made. There's the box that they used. It was probably some type of drawer, but it had very cool things in it. This is magic oil, a healing dressing of high power, non-toxic, antiseptic. It says it's for a toothache. So, and a little thing of aspirin. I'm trying. I know there's a shadow. This portrait. This is a box of pills that are stimulants for the kidneys. And this top one is for thinning hair for men. And then on the bottom, I don't know what's in this little jar or what this little chamber pot is, but this inside of it is something for constipation. So I kind of thought this might potentially be cool in my little powder bathroom, because I've got sort of like oh Lord, it's falling apart. I've got like an apothecary thing going in there. Then this was in the basement, in the corner, on a shelf on its side. I cannot believe I saw it. Greg has been wanting one of these, but it is 8 candles. It's 8 candle holder maker thing. Y'all, I paid $5 for this. If you've seen these in antique stores, you know that I got him a deal. I got this parasol. Is that how you say it? A parasol. I don't want to open it because I may not be able to get it closed. But I did get this lady's parasol. I think I might have paid $10 for it. It didn't have a price. Bless that guy. I think a lot of what I got didn't have prices. He was probably like, oh Lord, here comes that woman again. I got this box. It's just a little box that a kid could, I guess, maybe put toys in, or may have been, I don't know what they used it for, but look how cute that is. It is falling apart. I think this was 10. This was only $8. So I grabbed this, of course, for the, summer months. It is a meringue powder, I guess, for making like, pies and stuff. And it's a rolling, I don't know, is it the Rolling Pin Company? Chapman and Smith Company. Okay. But for $8, I thought that was a really good deal. Now let's go ahead and get this, because this is falling apart. This was out of that box, and there were probably 10 of these in this box, and some had color added to them, and some were on cardboard. But this, I just thought, was so cool. Now, I don't know how old this was. I mean, the paper is like tearing up. But I'm sure it's old. I just don't know how old. Oh, he's sleeping in a Moses basket. But y'all know I got it because of that dog. And it's going to look great in a frame. Now, Greg and I had talked about this. This one was in the pictures, and he had told me to try to get this. So, I mean, the frame alone, guys, y'all, I paid $10 for this. And the frame alone, it's one of those antique gold gilded frames. But look at that picture. Oh my gosh, this was a great deal. All right, well, let me get this put back together. Okay. Now, I got a ton of books, and I've already gone through and looked. All the ones I got were in the basement. In the basement, hardback books were $3. Now, I wanted a lot of books that were upstairs, but the ones upstairs were like $10 to $30, and so y'all know I wasn't going to do that. I looked through these. 1868 is the oldest one, and I have one all the way up to 1943 to have. Okay, y'all still with me? There were, I think, outside under the tent, I feel like there were, the fold out plastic tables. I think that they had 5 lined up. and they were full of totes that were full of linens. I was seeing so many amazing things just walking by. But by this time it was so hot, and I just did not want to dig through all that. And there were linens in boxes on the ground. I mean, this lady was a collector. But I did grab, and I think this was $1, this Christmas hanky. I thought that was so pretty. And I got this pillowcase cover or sham cover, because I have one. And so now I have two. Get that washed up and put on my bed. I did get some Christmas. So there were like 4 totes maybe of those like under the bed totes they didn't even have Christmas advertised. But they were on a table and just mixed with ornaments. So I was kind of I dug through for a little while. I did get some stuff, but I did get one Shiny Bright, and it has definitely seen better days. This one can't tell. I don't think it's a Shiny Bright. I keep trying to, it could be. I can't make out what it says on the top, but it's definitely seen better days. Now this I got in the basement. It was, and I think these were like $1 a piece. This come from Kmart. It was made in Germany. I think the date on this is 1960. It ended up going on clearance for 49 cents. Now this is not the greatest color of one of these, but I looked all year for one of these and couldn't find one. So I'm probably just going to leave that in the box and decorate with that in a box. I got this tight right jar rings. There are jar rings in there, but I thought that would be cute to set out for Christmas. And it was $1, I think. I took it in the package, and I wanted some of these last year. Sleigh bells, or jingle bells, whatever you want to say. Anything. And it has so much like crazing and brown aging, kind of like how ironstone does. Can you see that? That's not dirt. That is like where it's turned brown. And on one side it says Christmas, and on one side it says greetings, and it is 2 little Santas. Probably put a candle here and maybe have something coming out of there. This was $1. There's no marking on it. I don't know who the maker was. These were free if you bought a 12-ounce jar of Smuckers. So I thought that would be cool to leave in the package. I know you can't really see that. Leave in the package and decorate with. There were just a few like Christmas cards, or that I could find anyway, and I wanted this one, and I think he charged me $1 for all 4 of these, but then these just kind of came with it. And I know that sounds weird, and you're probably like, how did that happen? I don't know, it just did. So I've got this one. There's not a date on it. And then these were like, these aren't old, and I really didn't mean to get them, but for $1, you know, by the time I got up there and checked out, y'all, it was not having 5 or 6 hands. It was a mess. All right, I got this whole stack of letters to Mrs. Williamson, who lived in Nashville, and they were from someone that she knew that went to the University of the South in Swanee, Tennessee. And so they were all dated the year 1915. Now I did get one metal fire frog that was and I don't think that it was originally there the first time I looked, but it was on a table in the house with a lot of knickknacks. It's a metal one. And I think they charged me like $1 for it. I got this. Now I did pay $20 for this, because if you try to buy these in antique stores. They're very expensive. And I don't know exactly what this is called. It starts with a D. I have one. I'll just put that with that one. I got this little book, and I think this was $1. I feel like. It's Little Fur Family. It was 1946, but it's a teeny tiny little book. How sweet is that? Then I got this one, and it's just like prayers or, you know, scripture laid out for you to read in the month. There's no copyright date. I just like little books. And then I had gotten a set of these at the junk hunt. But they had several of these bundled up. And they're like this first one is Longfellow. Just like little poetry and history books. So I got these 3 little books. They were $9. And then I got 2 bundles of the green. And this one was $12 because it had 4, and this one had 5, and it was $15. Like, they probably just got tired of wrapping up the books. I know, I'm not doing a good job showing you. I know exactly where some of these are at in an antique store right now. And they're not bundled. They're individual. And they're $32 a book, individual. I'll look at them every time I go. But now, I have a good setup. Okay, so now I just have 4 more things to show you. And Greg is probably going to just die. So you know how the more you see something, the more it grows on you. Like plants those seeds. And we were at Bright's the other night, and I was like, okay, if I ever catch one of those on a good deal, I'm going to get one of those. He's like, no, you're not. But I caught one on a good deal, and I paid $2 for it. Now, I guess these are hobbyist pieces. This was done in 1983, but I got me a head. It's going to go up in my bathroom in my little cabinet, my little ladies' cabinet. It gets worse. But I paid $2 for these. And I know that that's a good deal. I got this little girl. So she was $2. I got this little baby. And it was $2. Hot. Scary Mary. Because she got to hold her head. But this one was $1, I think. And there's her body, and there's her little head. I'll just put her in a bowl, let her hold it. And I don't know what these called. I know a lot of you probably do. Like the wiring's all rusted and stuff. I know I see people with these, and I know that true collectors out there, y'all probably know what it is. All right, so listen. That is everything that I bought from the Inglewood estate sale. Will I go back tomorrow? I don't know. I would love to get some more books. I would like to get some more antique photographs. I left a wedding dress there from 1910, and it was only $25. Man, I struggled. I wanted to get that. So I don't know. If I go back there, we'll do a part 2 haul. I think we're going to manage to get all this haul in the video. Y'all, I gotta let the flower frogs go. I got amazing things, and I need to let the flower frogs go. But can y'all believe it? It's such an epic fail. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Until I see you again, happy thrifting.